Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Dasbodh. Today, Dashak 6th and Samas, the chapter 10th. Okay? We already have discussed that how this Dasbodh is one of the best PhD thesis could be. It has, several sections. This is the section 6th. Out of that, this is the 10th chapter. And in each section, there are, suppose there are 10, there are 20 in fact, in which each chapter explains different things and how to get rid of all these fantastic things and become an enlightened soul. It is the main aim of the Dasbodh. Okay, now once you become a realized soul, Anurvachya, whatever experience you have, that experience cannot be told into the words. The best words I heard were from Swami Yogananda, who has written autobiography of Yogi. He used to say, words are inadequate to tell what I feel. Best sentence I heard. I mean, 1983 something. One of my friend had this cassette and we heard it. So words are inadequate to tell how exactly this infinite soul of God, Brahmadhyan, Atmadhyan, and the state of mind as a yogi or bhakta could be. And that is why Anurvachya, that which cannot be explained, or that which is beyond the explanation. That is Anurvachya. Samas Dhava Anurvachya. The title of the this chapter is Anurvachya, that which cannot be explained. श्रीराम समाधान पुसता काही म्हणती बोली जे ऐसे नाही तरी ते कैसे आहे सर्व ही निरोपावे. Now the disciples, the students are asking, if you are telling that you get ultimate satisfaction once you become a realized soul, a person become a one person. Once a person becomes a realized soul, can you explain that? Okay, it's a request, it's a question, and it's the ultimate request in fact. मुक्याने गुळ खादला गोडीने ये सांगाव्याला याचा अभिप्राय मजला निरोपण कीजे. Now, if you are eating a candy, a jaggery or sweet dish, but you are a child, you cannot explain it. It will, like that it will say, like that we are children in front of God. Whatever we speak, whatever we tell, whatever it becomes like that. That child said, like that. अनुभवही पुसो जाता म्हणती न ये किम सांगता कोणापासी पुसो आता समाधान. Now that experience, I'm going to ask that experience, how is that experience? पुसो जाता means if I ask, I cannot tell. अनुभवही पुसो जाता म्हणती न ये सांगता, you are telling it cannot be explained. Then कोणापासी पुसो आता समाधान, then to whom to ask, how is that ultimate satisfaction is there? To whom should I ask? Means elderly people, children, everybody is asking, like, a child only in front of Sant Ramdas. जे ते अगम्य सांगती. You are saying agamya means where you cannot go. Sangati. Suppose I say, God lives beyond 1 billion universes. Suppose I say. So how to go there? Like that. It's kind of a children's talk. नये माझी प्रचिती. ते जे ते अगम्य सांगती नये माझी प्रचिती. You are saying you are realized soul, I know. You have that experience, I know. But it is not my experience. It is not my realization. Then विचार बैसे माझे चित्ते ऐसे करा. So you explain me in such a way that I shall be able to understand it as a child. Okay? ऐसे करा. Do it like that. Tell me like that. ऐसे श्रोत्याचे उत्तर. It is the way the audience are answering to their own questions and discussing. Because it is Guru Shishya Samvad, means it is a discussion among the teachers and the students. That is what Dasbodh is there. I say Shrotache Uttar. Uttar means answer. Shruta means audience. I say means like this. Yache kaise pratyuttar. So that is why each word we don't see the worldly meanings. We see the real meanings behind that. याचे कैसे प्रत्युत्तर निरुपजेला तत्पर होणे का. नाउ I have to answer the answers they have raised and questions they have raised. Answer to answer and answer to questions as well. So please listen with carefully. Tatpar means full concentration and immediately you should be ready at this moment and listen it. Like this. जे समाधानाचे स्थळ. Now where exactly you get the self-satisfaction? So we had one uncle in Pune and we children used to listen to him. So as he was engineer, he had electrical and mechanical engineering qualifications. So now he's no more. He would have been 125 years old maybe. Yeah. So he used to have such he had such drawings like Sadguru switch on the button, the current goes and the light bulb glows. Okay, so Sadguru, we accept Sadguru as Sadguru. He touches it, for example, and then the electricity flows and then we get enlightened. Like that, he had so many kinds of drawings he had. So once we asked him, where is the place that you see everything, listen everything, and think everything, mind is there and you become a realized soul. Where exactly, what is that spot you do that? So then we started thinking and all those things. Then he said, from Atlas vertebra to highest vertebra to this Brahmarandra, you just think that, the energy passes through that. And where the eyes, ears, mouth, brain thinks that one spot is there like this, behind this Ajna Chakra. There you realize. Imagine, that is this third means the place where you get experience. So, yeah, we are lucky to have been living in such people. It is the wish of God only, that's what we can say. जे समाधानाचे स्थळ किंमत अनुभवाची केवळ ते स्वरूप प्रांजळ बोलून जाऊ. की that experience, pranjal means like children's words. I'm going to speak and I'm going to tell you in those words. जे बोलास आकळेना, that which cannot be caught in our words. बोलेल्या वेळही कळेना, बोलेल्या वेळही कळेना. If I don't tell you, then you are not going to understand. Okay? This is what you feel. He's saying to them. Jayasi kalpita kalpana. Now if you have a lot of ideas, you start thinking and realizing, you think it is like this, it is like that, it is like that, but it cannot be caught into ideas as well. Ideas feel helpless in front of that Almighty God. How can you conceive? How can you conceptualize? How can you realize the ideas? It is beyond ideas. ते जाणावे परब्रह्म. That is the Parabrahma. जे वेदांचे गुह्य परमा. That is the things Vedas and Vedantas are trying to tell, and is ultimate knowledge. Rita Sant Samagam Sarvahigade. Now once you start living with the saints and sadhus and with your the best self, then you realize those things. And hence you should be living in your own, the best own company, that is one with the God, that is pure, pious all the times. That is what he is saying. त्याची आता सांगितलेलं आय एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दोज थिंग्स जे समाधान सखोल बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट युल गेट द अल्टिमेट डेप्थ ऑफ सॅटिस्फॅक्शन. ऐक अनुभवाचे बोल अनुर्वाच्य वस्तू. These are my experience. This is my experience that I'm going to tell you. That is beyond the word. The vastu means the thing. What is the thing? Thing is the Paramatma Tattva. Tattva. Hanuman used to say, I'm working for Brahma Tattva only. Rama. I'm working for Rama Tattva. Sadguru tells once you go to Sadguru because you suffer a lot in life. For example, somebody feels, oh, I failed. So much I worked hard, still I failed. Somebody feels, I couldn't cross, I couldn't cross 12 second, 100 meters running. I'm trying so hard since 1 year. For example, a child is there. So at that time you feel you are helpless. Somebody feels those things in the studies. Some scientists feel that cannot be conceived, cannot be put into a diagram or in the formulae. They feel helpless. Somebody feels that when they lose the in the business, the housewife, something happens that she doesn't put salt in the something and she forgets it. At that time you feel helpless. If somebody is suffers from some disease, cannot do something, every time when you feel helpless, you try to surrender in front of somebody. It could be Sadguru, it could be God. Okay? So once you surrender to them, then what happened? That, for example, you surrender in front of God, then God makes gives you succor. I mean, he gives you energy, and then you feel, oh, very nice. But that very nice feeling you cannot explain in the words. You try to explain, but you cannot explain. So these are the ऐक अनुभवाचे बोल अनुर्वाच्य असतो. So please listen to them. These are my experience and this is Anurvachya. It is beyond the words, but still try to understand. I am telling you about the Brahma Tattva only. वस्तू सांगता नये सांगणे. It cannot be told, still I am trying to tell. गोडी काळ्या गुळ देणे. So to understand what is sweet, you have to eat jaggery, chocolate, sweet meat, whatever it may be. ऐसे ही सद्गुरु विणे होणार नाही. This cannot happen unless you have Sadguru. Once you have the Sadguru accepts you as a disciple, then only you understand what is the sweet meat, what is the sweetness into the jaggery. Like that, what is the real experience as a or on a spiritual life, on the path of Paramartha. सद्गुरु कृपा कळे त्यासी जो शोधिला आपणासी पुढे कळे अनुभवासी आपे आप वस्तू. Now the kindness of Sadguru, the blessings of Sadguru, you can understand only when you start realizing yourself. You start searching, who am I? Like Raman Maharshi used to say, who am I? You try understand who am I, who you are. And after that, पुढे काय अनुभवासी आपे आप वस्तू. Slowly, step by step, you understand a lot of things automatically. How the Tattva is, the Parabrahma Tattva is. दृढ करून या बुद्धी आधी घ्यावी आपशुद्धी तिने लागे समाधी अकस्मात. Once you become determined to realize this, then your mind, brain, soul, everything start following it. You become pious, pure inside and outside. You reach the samadhi. Akasmat means suddenly, because you see, I give an example of a rope in Hindi, not in Marathi. That a rope, it has a lot of tentacles or maybe threads are there. A lot of threads are there like this. All the threads are broken or one thread or couple of threads are left. Then you pull it strongly, it breaks, and then you take that rope like that and put it over here and then you go. You might have done all those things in early childhood. So it happens suddenly. You try pulling, all the threads are broken, only a couple of threads stripped. then it happens suddenly. Like that, you try to break away from all this thing, and suddenly one day you happen to meet this samadhi, you go into the samadhi. It happens suddenly, and remember. But before that, a lot of efforts are required. Everybody knows that. आपले मूळ बरे शोधिता, आपली तो माईक वार्ता, पुढे वस्तूचं तत्वता समाधान. Whatever you are doing, even this samadhi is also happening into the Tvait Bhav. That I am experiencing samadhi, I am experiencing God, I am speaking and listening, I am listening to Sadguru, I am getting satisfaction. This happens also, there is duality is there. So it happens in the mirage of this world, in the in this world only, which happens to be mirage, or it happens to be the and it is coming. आत्मा है सर्वसाक्षी, हे बोलीचे पूर्व पक्षी, जो कोणी सिद्धांत लक्षी तोची सिद्ध. Now the atma is sarvasakshi, it remains detached from everything. In everything God is there, but God remains detached from that. So there is a purva paksha, purva vimansa, uttar vimansa, and all these things are there. A lot of you people know it. Siddhanta lakshit tochi siddha. Now those who understand the real God, remain one with him, Brahma Tattva, that person is known as Siddha, the realized soul. But as per the as per the people, that person is realized soul, to whom if they wish, he fulfills their desires. That person is Siddha because he fulfills his desires. And suppose they can make the person go out of his debts, or he can pass him, he can cure his disease or something like that. Person is known as Siddha, sadhu or saint or whatever it may be. But it is not like that. Sant Ramdas is saying it is not like that. Siddha is that person who remains one with the God at all the times. Okay? Then he is going to tell that thing. I just stopped my words in the past OV, that this world is a dream. Inside the dream, and you are feeling like you are sleeping, and in your sleep one dream is there, out in that one more dream is there, and that second dream happens to be this world. Okay, it is going to come. सिद्धांत वस्तू लक्षू जाता, सर्व साक्षी ते अवस्था, आत्मा तिहून परता अवस्थातीत. Now that siddha anta, once you become siddha, so you have all the powers and all those things, but beyond that you have to go. Your lakshya, your aim is to become one with the God. Sarva sakshi te avastha, you are in everything and you can see yourself as alipta, means detached as well. Atma tihun parta avastha, so you can see as a detached soul, but beyond that detachment is also Paramatma is there. Just realize that whatever you think, it comes into duality, you are beyond duality. Even here Swami Swarupananda used to give an example of Lord Shiva. He is sitting into the meditation, but still he is practicing. He is still practicing after millions of years. He is practicing. It means he is also on the path of self-realization. He is trying to become a realized soul even today. Once Parvati asked Shankar that how is Gita, Bhagwat Gita for example. He said that whatever I realized the meaning of those words yesterday, it was at this level. Today, whatever I have experienced, it is at this level. So every day I am going higher and higher, and every day I feel that yesterday's meaning was a bit at a lower level. You can say straight away. So even Lord Shankara is on that path of self-realization. So nobody can claim I am a self-realized person. Okay, so it is beyond that. What you feel you are realized soul is beyond that. You have to go beyond that as well, because it is duality where you are trying to understand, trying to tell others, and all those things. Avasthatit, all avastha. Jagruti, Sapna, Sushti, then Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, all avasthatit, all beyond everything it is there. Jagruti means you are awake, then you are, for example, then you are sleeping, then Samadhi and all those things. It is beyond all this avastha. Okay? Padartha Dhyana Jivha Sare means you are trying to know all the things and you go beyond that. Drashta Drashtapanandre. So Drashta means you are watching and Drishya means whatever you are watching. This world is the Drishya, for example. Drashta, you are watching it. But this duality goes away. ते समय उतरे फुंजपणा फुंजमीपणाचा. At that time, this ego, egoism, egoism, I am the body, I am the great, I am this, I am that, I am the richest, I am the richest person, I am the most powerful person, I am the most literate and most talented person, I am the most skillful, I am the most beautiful. This is that. Or I am this or I am that. Even I am this body. This ego, egoism and egotism and I, it goes away. At that time, you start becoming one with the God. At that time, that is the time you start becoming one with the God. It is not last step, it is the first step. जेथे मुराले मी पण तेची अनुभवाची खूण अनुर्वाच्य समाधान या कारणे बोलीजे. The place where your egoism and everything goes away, you experience the satisfaction. At that place only you should make yourself comfortable and they try to make yourself uncomfortable till you become a realized soul. You go beyond the dreams and sleeping position to ekdam jagruta avastha, means enlightened soul you become. In fact, you are really awakened person. You try to become that. That is what he is saying. अत्यंत विचाराचे बोल तरी ते माईक फुल, शब्द सबाह्य सखोल, अर्थची अवघा. These are all very thoughtful things that I am speaking. But at the same time, these things come under the duality. Though these words have depth, still God is beyond that depth and the meaning of the words as well. Depth of the meaning as well. It is beyond that. शब्दाकरिता कळे अर्थ, अर्थ पाहता शब्द व्यर्थ, शब्द सांगित यथार्थ, परी आपण मिथ्या. I'm telling you, by using shabda means words, you are trying to understand the meaning, artha means meaning. But words and meaning, it is beyond, God is beyond that. And at the same time, it comes under the mithya, means in this mirage only we are using the words. And God is beyond these words. It is beyond the Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mithya, like that. It is beyond whatever you realize, whatever you understand, whatever the words are used. It is beyond everything. शब्दाकरिता वस्तू भासे, वस्तू पाहता शब्द नासे, शब्द फोल अर्थ असे घनवटपणे. Now, somebody tells you, how does this sea look like, uncle? Somebody said, then it is very big. Is it as big as that lake? No, lake is very small. Sea is very big. And ocean is bigger than that. Now these are the words. But once you see the sea, the ocean, at that time you feel, oh, can you explain? The child said, no, I can't explain, such a big, like that. Like that. It is such a big. Like that, you see, even God is also infinite. It is beyond our words we can explain. In fact, we cannot explain it. Ghanavatpane. We had discussed about, earlier as well, that God is highly densely packed. It is smaller than the Planck's strength, 10 raised to minus 35 meters, Planck's length. It is minus 35. Why cannot be God is 10 raised to infinite, bigger is there? Then why cannot it be microest thing, 10 raised to minus infinite? It is possible. It is highly densely packed everywhere. You cannot break it, you cannot separate it, nothing. You cannot do that. God is highly densely packed everywhere. Even Vedas couldn't explain. Vedantas could not explain. All the realized soul, all the avatars, all the sadhus, all the saints, everybody come together still cannot explain. It is experience of everyone. Okay, so it is, that is why the words are inadequate to explain the infiniteness of God. It is beyond that, and you have to become one with that, so that it is as pure as yourself. Then you become as pure at its that God. Then you become one with that straight away. It's a simple equation. ओके. भूसाकरिता धान्य निपुजे, धान्य घेऊन भूस टाकीचे, तैसे शब्द भूस जाणीचे अर्थ धान्य. Like that, I'm trying to explain everything, but the cover of the fruit is there. So cover goes when fruit is there. You take that fruit and throw away the cover. Words are cover, but the meaning, the real meaning is inside that. You just accept it, follow the path, and become a realized soul. Another example given was a milk is there, curd is made, the takra is tak is made. Okay, then after stirring that, you get the loni, navanit that we call. Butter, and when you cook that, you get the ghee. Okay, so try to take the best of the best of the best of the best thing from everything and become a realized soul and follow that path of enlightenment. Beautiful. पोचटामध्ये घनवट, घनवटी उडे पोचर, तैसा शब्द हा फलगट परब्रह्मी. Again, that cover is there. Inside that, the meaning of the words is there. You realize that and become one with the Parabrahma Tattva. शब्द बोलून राहे, अर्थ शब्दापूर्वीच आहे, या कारणावश आहे उपमा तया अर्थासी. Now, somebody creates an idea that we should have a space shuttle and all those things. Then we create the space shuttle. The idea of space shuttle is made, and then space shuttle is made. Idea is conceived and then space shuttle is made, for example. You are trying to create some word for the Paramatma, but Paramatma already exists. Okay. So whatever the word you are creating, it already exists. And then you are trying to tell it in the so how can I tell? या काळी नसाय उपमा त्या अर्थासी. So any kind of example you give, any kind of words you give, those are already been thought and will be thought, and still it will not explain the Parabrahma. So you have to go beyond the words and become one with that. When you try to understand, and when you understand as a duality. This is the phone, I am understanding, it is different and I am different. But it is Advait. Everywhere God is there. So you become one with that, nothing is left. Okay, so you are beyond nothingness, beyond zero, beyond infinity as well. So then what is left? No words are left to explain them. Okay, शब्द बोलीन राहे, अर्थ शब्दापूर्वीच आहे, या कारणानच आहे उपमा तया अर्थासी. So no meaning can be given to it, no word can be given to that Brahma Tattva. भूस सांडून कण घ्यावा, तैसा वाच्यांश तजावा, कण लक्षांश लक्षावा, शुद्ध स्वानुभव. Now, words are like cover, and the inside fruit is like your aim. So you try to achieve that aim of self-realization by becoming Shuddha, means pious, Swanubhav, by self-experience. Get the real meaning of that word, realize it, and become a realized soul. Straight away, it is given here. दृश्या वेगळे बोलीचे, त्यासी वाच्यांश म्हणीचे, याचा अर्थ तो जाणीचे, शुद्ध लक्षांश. Now, In everything that you see or you cannot see, God is there. Okay? But whatever you speak and take the meaning of that words, and then that's अर्थ जायचे, then you understand the meaning of that, and then you apply that to your lakshya, your aim of life, and then you become realized soul by understanding those words and by understanding meaning of that words of the saint or sadhu or God, and then you become one with that aim, and you yourself become aim. I hope you understand. Your aim is to become a realized soul. So you have become. Now what is left? You cannot be separated. You have become one with the God. Like that. ऐसा जो शुद्ध लक्षांश तोची जाणारा पूर्व पक्ष स्वानुभव तो अलक्ष्य लक्षिला नवचे. Like this pure lakshansha is there. That is a purva paksha, uttar paksha, purva mimamsa, uttar mimamsa, and all those things are there. So you understand these things. Swanubhav to alaksha lakshila navache. So this is the self-realization that you have become one with the God, and you cannot explain it. जेथे गावनं सांडिले नभा तो अनुभवाचा गाभा ऐसा तोही उभा कल्पित केला. Now you see there are at least 22 kinds of matter are there. For example, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, for example, solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, plasma state, and even the sky is also a state of matter according to Hindu philosophy, for example. And there are so many other states, 22 states. Once we were discussing that, you just go to science. I think it might be available on somewhere in the internet. Just check it. At least 22 state of matter can be explained. 5 are already given. Those are known. Now, when you want a sand small particle, a sieve is there in which you pass and you collect those sand particles. Liquid, you can separate the liquid, and the purest liquid you can get. Gases, you also can separate the gases. The gas you want, you can get. Plasma state, okay, whatever plasma state you want, you can accumulate in the magnetic sphere, and you can accommodate. Okay. Now what he is saying, even the sky can go pass through the sieve, the jali. It is like that. It can pass through. Sky also can pass through the sieve of the Brahma Tattva. It is so minute. It is minuter than the Planck's length, 10 raised to minus 35. Because it is 10 raised to minus infinite straight away. God is how small it is? 10 raised to minus infinite. How big it is? It is 10 raised to infinite as well. So, this is the experience. This is the core of everything. Aisa to yubha kalpita kela. So, as you asked, so I am telling you with using the ideas. Kalpita kela. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. मिथ्या कल्पनेपासून झाला खरेपण कैसे असेल त्याला म्हणून तेथे अनुभवला ठावची नाही. Now, whatever you create, it happens to be into this mirage of the world. How can I call it as the truth? It is not the ultimate truth. You do whatever truth you are calling, it is not the ultimate truth. म्हणून तेथे अनुभवला ठावची नाही. Now you cannot give that to the truth. That you cannot call that thing as a truth. What you realize, because as in a duality of thing you are seeing, I am experienced and you are experienced, but it is beyond this is thing to be experienced. I mean, the movie is going on that you are watching. This thing is watching, but it is beyond that. So you have to go beyond that. You have to go beyond the experience as well. दुजेविण अनुभव हे बोलण्याची तो वाव या कारणे नाही ठाव अनुभव असे. That is what he says. दुजेविण. Unless you are duality, you cannot experience it. And whatever experience you have, it is not sufficient to become a realized soul, enlightened soul. अनुभवे त्रिपुटी उपजे अद्वैती द्वैताची लाजे म्हणून बोलणे साचे अनुर्वाच्य. Experience त्रिपुटी means ध्येय ध्याता ध्यान. ध्येय means to become a realized soul. Dhyata means you are from sitting for meditation. Dhyana means that meditation of whom you are meditating. So there are three things. It is beyond those three things. Dvaita means you are watching and thinking you are watching. It is Advaita. Everywhere that God is there. म्हणून बोलणे साचे अनुवाचा. That is why I cannot explain that I have become one with the God. How to explain it? Only God can explain it through this mouth. Then only it is possible. This is also important. दिवस रजनीचे परमइत्य करावया मूळ आदित्य तो आदित्य गेलिया उर्वरित त्यासी काय म्हणावे. ओके, नाउ they are saying that till the sun is there, if sun is here, from here to here, so the light is there on this part of this earth. Okay, so then it goes beyond this side, I mean this side, so there is darkness here. Now till the sun is there, you realize it is the daytime. Now those who see daytime, for example, there may be some place where only the sun would be there. For example, there is one part of landlock and locking is there. For example, we can see 59 or almost 60% of moon. For example, it turns like this and like this. Rest of the part behind the moon we cannot see. So like that, if some people who are seeing sun this side, this is about earth and moon, but there could be some planets where only like this, only daytime is there, so they don't know what is the darkness. And these people don't know what is darkness, and people living in the darkness, they don't know how is the sun unless they go and see it. Okay, so like that. Now how to explain what is darkness? There is no sun, but they said there is no sun. How is it possible? These people said there is sun. Where is the sun? They say. This side people. Now you cannot explain them. You cannot explain this. That is the situation I am facing. Okay, so you cannot explain what is there to this side of people, and you cannot explain what is darkness. Once you become realized, you cannot explain. How to explain? ओके, शब्द मौन्याचा विचार व्हावया मूळ ओंकार तो ओंकार गेलिया उच्चार कैसा करावा. नाउ ओम एकाक्षर ब्रह्म, अ अकारो ब्रह्म, उकारो विष्णु, मकार महेश्वर, means generation, organization and destroyer. Everything is happening in that only word Omkar. And I already said that there are sadhus who can see all the three things at a time: generation, organization, destroyer. They can see God everywhere. शब्द मौन्याचा विचार. So मौन्य means to become mute. You cannot speak. Once you know how to explain. तो ओंकार गेले उच्चार कैसा करावा. Now if Om also cannot explain, Vedas cannot explain, how can I explain? अनुभव आणि अनुभवता सकळ ये मायेची करिता ते मायामुळी नसता त्यासी काय म्हणावे. Now अनुभव, experience you are taking and you are experience duality. सकळे मायेची वार्ता, this is Maya only. ते मायामुळी नसता त्यासी काय. Now if this mirage has gone, there is no mirage in the desert. Okay, you realize what is mirage and what is water really. Then what is left? Then you will go only to water and drink it. You will not run behind the mirage. Beautiful. So once this mirage has been destroyed, then what to say that? No words can explain that. Now all the examples have limitation. This is also very important. Just remember, वस्तू एक, आपण एक. The thing is different, I am different. ऐसे असती वेगळी तरी अनुभवाचा वेग बोलो येता सुखी. Then only you take experience, then only you can explain, then only the vivek, the good and bad and all those things are there. Then you get the satisfaction of I could be able to explain and all those things. But it is beyond words. वेगळेपणाची माता ते लटिके वंधेची सुता म्हणून अभिन्नतामुळेच आहे. ओके, सो वेन डिफरंट थिंग्स आर देयर यू कॅन एक्सप्लेन. अजन्मा होता निजेला तेणे स्वप्नी स्वप्न देखिला, सद्गुरूचं शरण गेला संसार दुःखे. दिस इज दॅट ओवी. You are Ajanma, you are Brahma Tattva, you are never born, you are not going to die. Now you go to sleep. You you have a dream, and inside that dream you have one more dream. That second dream happens to be this world. So when you surrender yourself to the Sadguru, gives you blessings, and you come out of that second dream. Still you are sleeping and one dream is going on. Okay, so you have to go get rid of this first dream and even sleepiness as well. Now here Sadguru and a lot of saints used to give the example like Sansar Dukkha means once in a lifetime you feel you are failed, you have lost money, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you have suffered and all those things. At that time you remember the God. Already we discussed that. So you go surrender yourself to the Sadguru and you come out of the second dream. Now the first dream and sleepiness you have to overcome. Sadguru Krupesto, only by Sadguru's Krupa means blessings only, Jala Sansar Vava, Jnana Jali Athao Pusya Jnanasa. Then you realize, oh, this is like that, and then you live a realized life. Okay? And sometimes whenever you feel that I am a realized soul, just remember that you are still living in the duality. This is an alert message from him as well. आहे तितके नाही झाले, नाहीपणे निमाले, आहे नाही जाऊन उरले, नसो न काय. If you say it is existing, then it doesn't exist. If you say it doesn't exist, then it exists. Then whether it is existing or it is not existing, please tell me. It is beyond existence and non-existence. That is the real Brahma Tattva. In fact, you see how widely, how in depth, and how many variety of thoughts are there that have been discussed. And that's why many times my PhD guide told me the same thing. His PhD guide told him the same thing, that Dasbodh is the best PhD thesis. This PhD thesis is for becoming self-realized soul. Ours is for something else. Mine was for indigenization. How every country can become self-reliant if they indigenize everything, okay, in their own country. Okay, leave it. Because this is already, he has written, so I have to do something else. शून्यत्वातीत शुद्ध ज्ञान तेणे झाले समाधान ऐक्य रूपे अभिन्न सहज स्थिती. Now a lot of people say that you have to achieve that zero mind state first, then you become realized soul and all those things. So zero mind state, unruffled mind, becoming pure, realizing the pure knowledge, then you get samadhan and you remain detached from this world. Still that comes under duality unless you achieve that state wherein you live with the ultimate truth, the Parabrahma Tattva, become self-realized and you live in a Sahasthiti. Sahasthiti means it is happening easily. Everything is like a everyday life, it is happening. How much practice and how much penance it might be requiring. Try to understand. अद्वैत निरूपण होता, निमाली द्वैताची वार्ता, ज्ञान चर्चा बोलो जाता, जागृती आली. Now we are talking about Advaita. Everywhere God is there. We are having discussion, debate, then a lot of things are happening. So everybody is telling their experience, then you also tell your experience. Then everybody come together, his experience, your experience, you realize that, oh, I had this experience once and all those things. Then you refine yourself and you become one, ultimately one with the God. Jnana charcha bolo jata, jagruti ali. So you have become an awakened soul. But still, when you realize you are awakened soul, it means one more step you are behind. Because once you are really awakened, you go beyond the words. And that is Anurvachya Nirupan. श्रोता वावे सावधान, अर्थी घालावे मन, खुणे पावता समाधान अंतरी कळे. So audience, please become alert. and try to understand where exactly we can become a self-realized soul. And inside your mind, brain, and soul, you understand it. So, like I said, that you realize this thing and with where the eyes and all these things are there. So you have to understand how to go beyond all these things at every moment, in fact, and become a realized soul at every moment. So that is the aim of life, and that is the way you should live. That is what he is saying, समर्थ रामदास. जेणे जितुके ध्यान कथिले तितुके स्वप्नावारी गेले, अनुराचे सुख उरले शब्दातीत. Whatever you speak, there are so many books are there, they explain about all these things, but everything comes under the swapna, means dream only, because first dream you have awakened from the first dream, second dream you can awaken only if you are really awake, and that is Anurvachya Sukhurla Shabdadita. It is, you cannot explain, it is beyond the words. That kind of satisfaction and sukh, happiness and real joy, Satchidananda joy is there. Satchidananda Rup Paramatma, when you become one with him, then only you can experience this. तेथे शब्दवीण ऐक्यता अनुभव ना अनुभविता. Beyond the words, you become one with the God. There is no experience to tell because you have become own experience. You have become one with that experience. Aisa nivanta to maguta jagrutiza ala. So you become nivanta, means you become quiet, tranquility. You are living in tranquility. Maguta, jagruti ala. Then you are really awakened person. तेणे स्वप्नी स्वप्न देखिला जागा होनी जागृती आला. तेथे शब्द कुंठित झाला अंत न लगे. So you are sleeping, in the dream you are seeing one more dream. So here Sadguru awake you. Then you start doing sadhana and you wake up and this dream is also gone and you have become awakened soul. And then that awakening is the real awakening, and then you Shabda Kuntit Jala, you cannot explain those into the words. Kuntit means you are not been able to explain. Antanage. And that experience is infinite. Antanage means it has no end. How can I explain it? How can I explain the infinite soul? How can I explain the infinitesimal small entity and infinitely big entity? How can I explain it? You start realizing, which word should I use? That is what you feel. या निरूपणाचे मूळ केलेची करू प्रांजळ तेणे अंतरे निवळ समाधान कळे. So this nirupan has the root cause of telling you like a little child, and with small words I can use so that you become satisfied, so that you become a realized soul and you live into that ultimate satisfaction. No words are left. Now, Tava Shishye Vinavile. Now the disciples are saying, please, Samartha, please. जे हे आता निरोपिले ते पाहिजे बोलेले मागू ते स्वामी. Again, please tell me, please, because I want to experience that Paramatma Tattva once again. Please, मागू ते. Again, you tell us. Please, like that. It could be a child or it could be a elderly person, but they are, like children, they are saying, please tell us. We want to experience that thing once more. Okay. तव शिष्य विनविले जे हे आता निरोपिले. अर्लियर यू टोल्ड ते पाहिजे बोलले मागू दे. अगेन यू टेल अस प्लीज. मज कळाया कारण केलेची करावे निरूपण येथील जे का निजकडून ते मज अनुभवावे. की आय एक्सपिरियन्स दॅट दॅट परमात्मा तत्व आय एक्सपिरियन्स. अगेन यू टेल अस, so that we understand where exactly we got that experience, so that we can remain in that state of mind forever. Again and again. Forever. I want to remain in that state. Please. अजन्मा तो सांग कोण तेणे देखीला कैसा स्वप्न तेथे कैसे निरूपण बोलेले आहे. Now that is अजन्मा, means it doesn't have birth. That God doesn't have birth. Infinite formless God. Now that that sleepiness of mind, and how to awaken from that sleepiness of mind. Please tell us. जाणून शिष्याचा आदर स्वामी देती प्रत्युत्तर, त्याची आता अति तत्पर श्रुती येथे परसा. The respect given by the disciples and their depth of mind I understood, and hence Swami Deti Pratyur Samartha is going to answer those questions and answers to the answers. The answer is given, but there is answer, better answer to the answer as well. That I am going to tell. Techi आता ती तत्पर श्रोता येथे परिसावे. So with alertness, consciousness, please audience listen to me now. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. ऐका शिष्या सावधान. Please listen the disciple. Please listen the disciple. अजन्मा तो तूच जाण. You are that God who has never been born, never been living, and never is going to die. तुवा देखीला स्वप्नी स्वप्न तोही आता सांगतो. Now what dream you have seen in your dream, that I am going to tell. First he told that you are that Paramatma. Now what is the dream in dream? स्वप्नी स्वप्नाचा विचार तू जाण हा संसार. The dream in the dream is this world. What you are seeing, what is your body, and the relatives, the friends, and everything is there. It doesn't mean that if somebody pinches you, you don't feel it pinches. Because body has those things. Some people can go beyond that, but we are sansari people, no? तो तू हा जाण संसार. येथे तू हा सारासार विचार केला पाहिजे. You have to think sar and asar, what is good, what is bad. And with those thoughts, you should follow your best path told by your Sadguru. And you can follow the Paramartha and achieve the Paramartha as well. Okay? रिघोनी सद्गुरुस शरण काढून शुद्ध निरूपण याची करीसी ऊण खूण प्रत्यक्ष आता. So you offer your services at the feet of your Sadguru. Offer every work, every moment as his work only. Then become pious, realize everything, and then you realize those things which will keep you on that path of Paramartha and live on that path forever, whether this body remains or not. You'll always remain one with the God. Okay? याचाची घेता अनुभव बोलणे तितुके होते वाव. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. निवांत विश्रांतीचा ठाव ते तू जाण जागृती. Once you experience this, whatever you speak goes into unseen. निवांत विश्रांतीचा ठाव, then you take rest with the ultimate God. And from this dream is gone. Second dream is gone. First dream is there because you are still sleeping. Once you wake up, you have become awakened. So once the dream is gone, second dream is there because you are still living in a sleepy state of mind, that you are feeling that this world is true and your body is your true self. You go beyond that, you become awakened, and you try to remain in that awakened state and following all the ethics and humanitarian values. You follow the Paramarthic path. Make every moment as work is worship. ध्यान गोष्टीचा गलबला सर्व अर्थ प्रगटाला, याचा विचार घेता आला अंतरी अनुभव. Now these are the lot of things, that knowledgeable things we are discussing, wise things we are discussing. It goes, whatever you speak, it gets vanishes into unseen. But the meaning, if you take the real meaning, you take inside yourself and experience it, you become a realized soul. तुझं वाटे हे जागृती. Another side of the story, you become realized soul. But there is one more side to it. But again, there is one alert is there. तुझं वाटे हे जागृती, मज आली अनुभव प्राप्ती, या नाव केवळ भ्रांती फिटलीच नाही. So I have become a realized soul, and all these things you start feeling, you have become an awakened soul. That is what I have experienced, and all these things you are feeling. But this is only Bhranti. This is also a mirage, because you are experiencing it as a duality. Okay, you have to go beyond duality. So that is the alert. Once you are into egotism, and you feel like I'm great, I'm this, I'm that, khatam. That is the end. Just put a stop there and become a realized soul. Okay, अनुभवी विरला. So that experience get merged into the real experience. अनुभवी अनुभव आला, हाही स्वप्नीचा चेला नाहीस बापा. My fathers, please realize it, that once you feel that, it is not a self-realization. You haven't come out of your dream. You are not getting the real experience. You have to go beyond that and experience that wordless experience beyond the words. जागा झाल्या स्वप्नोर्मी, स्वप्नी म्हणजे म्हणसी अजन्मा तो मी. जागेपणे स्वप्नोर्मी गेलीच ना. यू सेइंग आय एम अजन्मा, स्वमात्मा, स्वानंद घाला, अजन्मा तो तुची जाण. आय एम दॅट. नो, आय एम दॅट. This yeah, Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say, I am that. You say I am that, but man, who are you? Not this body, not this mind, not that experience. Okay, so you are still living in that dream. Jaga झाल्या स्वप्नोर्मी. You feel that you have come out of that dream. Swapni म्हणse जेव्हा, but still in the second dream you are saying I am Atma, I am Paramatma, I am God, I am this, I am that. Then you are saying, in this world there is no one who is as egoless as I am, something like that. जागेपणे स्वप्नोर्मी गेलीच नाही. Still you have not lost, in fact, your dream. You have to get out of that dream, again awaken yourself, then only you can become a realized soul. स्वप्नी वाटे जागेपणा, तैसी अनुभवाची खूण, आली परी ते सत्य स्वप्न भ्रमरूप. You feel that I have become an awakened soul. When you feel that, at that time you realize that you are still living in dream. You have not realized the real truth, and you are still following the mirage, your own creation as well. Okay, you have to go beyond your own creation. You have to go beyond your senses, beyond your experiences, beyond duality, and then only you can become Advait. Advait means that which is not, there is only one thing, there is nothing else. जागृती या पलीकडे ते सांगणे केवी घडे, जेथे धारणाची मोडे विवेकाची. In fact, in that awakened state, there is nothing that we have to travel. There is nothing like the good and bad and all those things. It doesn't mean you have to follow a wrong path. No, you have to remain on ethics and values and humanitarian path. You have to become harmless soul as well. But these things get vanished, in fact. But still you have to utilize these stairs to walk on this path. After that, everything is one. These steps also go into an unseen. You don't go and break the steps. No. That is the path you have to follow. It goes into unseen and you become a realized soul. म्हणून ते समाधान बोलताची न ये ऐसे जाण, न ये ऐसे जाण, निशब्दाची ऐसी गुण ओळखावी. So that ultimate self-satisfaction we cannot explain. Nishabda, you become wordless. It is beyond your words, beyond any words, beyond anybody's words, beyond your word, anybody's words, and any words in the world. It cannot explain that. Whatever you can explain, it comes into the duality. ऐसे आहे समाधान बोलताच न ये जाण, इतुके ना बाण लिखून निशब्दाची. Like that, the ultimate satisfaction is there, which we cannot explain, and that is why it is Anurvachya Nirupan. That is what you realize, and you go beyond the experience, go beyond the words, and become one with the God forever. That is the path we have to follow in everyday life. That is worship. That is becoming yogi. That is becoming bhakta. Beyond words, we cannot explain. सो वी हॅव टू लिव्ह लाईफ लाईक दिस. इतिश्री दासबोधे गुरुशिष्य संवादे अनुर्वाच्य निरूपण नाम समास 10वा दशक 6वा समाप्त. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.